Hi, second grade. Today is Wednesday, May 6th, and we are going to do another reading lesson that involves ants today. So if you look at your matrix, it tells you that you are going to read Ant Chant today. And it is page 2 in your distance learning reading packet. So I want you to go and get your reading packet and find page 2. And before you do that, I'm going to give you a little preview of the poem. The poem is a really fun poem. And in the poem, the reader actually gets shrunk down in size so that the reader is the size of an ant. So the poem is written in the perspective of an ant. And it's very fun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go turn on my CD player, and I want you to listen to the poem, but follow along on page 2. And while you follow along, I want you to see if you can make some text-to-text connections. I want you to see how you can connect the text in the poem to the text we read yesterday, thinking about ants. And we'll talk about some of those connections at the end of the poem. So go get page 2. And listen to the fun poem. So here's the poem. Are you ready to follow along? And listen at the beginning as the readers slowly shrink and become ants. So here we go. Here comes the chorus. So I hope you liked that, second grade. Did you make some connections? First of all, you probably recognize they're both about ants. That's an easy connection. Did you make the connection that they are both full of facts? Even this fun poem that pretends that the children shrink down to the size of ants does have some facts. For example, the fact that ants travel far for food to eat, and that they can lift things more than twice as heavy as they are. But the connection that I really hope that you made was that the perspective of the reader was the same with both texts. In both texts, the reader was asked to think like an ant and think as if they are the size of an ant. So I hope you made those connections and maybe more. Now, what I would like you to do on Seesaw today to go along with this poem is I have asked you today to make a video. So make sure you reread the directions when you go to Seesaw. Choose the Ant Chant 5-6, and the directions are right there. The directions tell you to click Add Response, and then you're going to click Video. And I would love if you can turn your device so that the camera faces you and take a video of yourself reading the Ant Chant. Now, you don't have to sing it like the kids did. You can just read the words. If you want to change your voice to be the first reader, second reader, just like the kids, you notice that one child would read first and then another one would read after. You could change your voice up a little bit, have some fun with it, or just read it. But before you make your video, remember that the Matrix tells you to practice reading it 3 times so that you're very, very fluent. I can't wait to see your faces on your videos. I can't wait to hear your good fluent reading. And I am really looking forward to see what you come up with. So you can do that later today, but we will continue our video now with math. That was a fun poem, wasn't it? I really enjoy that one. And I'm looking forward to seeing your videos later today. Now, the reason I asked you to make a text-to-text connection is because making connections is one of those comprehension strategies that helps you as a reader. Making connections helps you to remember and understand what you read. So keep making connections as a reader. If you look at your matrix for math for today, you can see that you need to complete numbers 1 through 6 on page 579 in your math packet. And I will go through that with you. But before I do that, I want to make sure that I talk to you about the math packet that is in your distance learning folder. You will find a math packet that is stapled together, and those are the pages that I will guide you through using my YouTube video each day. So do not go ahead on those pages. Please make sure you always listen to my directions for completing those pages. But you probably noticed that the math book that was in your desk was sent home with your distance learning materials. And that math book still has a lot of pages in it. And those are yours to do whenever you would like to do them. So keep that somewhere in a safe place. Don't lose it. That's going to be good review for you. There are even some lessons in there that we didn't get to since we changed to distance learning. It slowed us down a little bit in our math. So you can do some learning on your own as well using some of those pages. So remember, your math packet that's stapled together is what we will go through on my video each day. But the book that you found in your bag is yours to use when you would like to. So now let's look at page 579. I will go through the vocabulary with you. You can see we are doing a vocabulary check today. And I will read the whole page to you so that when you do this on your own later, you will know all the words. Can you read the vocabulary with me? Data, picture graph, survey, line plot, tally mark, and bar graph. And since this is a vocabulary check, these are all words we already learned, so they should be familiar to you. You don't need to fill them in right now while you're watching the video. We'll just go over all the words together. And after you stop the video, you can go and do the assignment. Also, if you want to put your math assignment on Seesaw, you can do that. But you don't have to do that because we do check it together the next day. I'll have the answers for numbers 1 through 6 tomorrow on my video. So you do not have to put the math on Seesaw, but it's very important that you do your reading on Seesaw. Okay, here we go. Number 1, you can collect data by asking people the same question in a blank. Number 2, a blank uses bars to show data. So fill that in later and write nice and neat. Number 3, numbers or symbols that show information are called blank. Number 4, a blank shows how often a certain number occurs in data. 2 more. Number 5, a blank uses pictures to show information collected. And number 6, a blank is a mark used to record data collected in a survey. So I didn't give you too much to do for math today. Fill in those words. We will check them together tomorrow. And I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. Be sure to watch my Thursday video tomorrow. Have a great day.